Hi FPL managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video we're doing something a little bit different. We're giving you a whole team full of sort of enablers, cheap wildcard options. There's all these Manchester City and Chelsea assets we're looking at. They're all kind of premiums and quite expensive. The likes of Salah we want in our sides. We're looking at Lukaku, Ronaldo. We need some of these enablers and cheaper options. So this is a side comprised entirely of cheap options. 6.8 is the highest one. They're all starting, they're all playing, they've all got a good expected goal involvement. The whole team is only worth 80 million. So let's have a look at some of those options that we can suggest to you. First of all, please, if you like this sort of video, like this sort of content, please subscribe, help the channel out. Let's have a look. First then, looking at defenders, Ben White, he's gone down in value. He's obviously playing in a much stronger Arsenal side. They've kept 2 clean sheets out of the last 3. He's only conceded 1 goal. That was a late goal to Son. So for 4.4 million, he's quite nice way into that Arsenal defence. Really well set. He's absolutely nailed on at the moment. Playing really well. He really doesn't offer any goal involvement. That's his downside and a tick against him. But he's about as nailed on as you can get in that Arsenal team, who have some really nice fixtures. Shane Duffy's been in that Brighton side for quite a while now. He does offer a little bit of goal threat going forward. Again, that Brighton defence, I think they sit second in the overall expected goals against in a division, better than Chelsea. They've always been those sort of expected goals against sort of kings, as it were. So Shane Duffy, again, 4.3, really nice. Luke Ayling, unfortunately injured at the moment. He isn't something that I consider this week. Coming back after the international break, he should be fit. You need to keep an eye on Bielsa's press conferences for that. But Leeds have such a nice run of fixtures. He is attacking. He's already got attacking returns this season. That goal at Old Trafford, already outperforming what he did last year. But 4.5, with a lead side that is renowned for conceding goals, but with Llorente in and Phillips playing, you know, they're a lot tighter than people give them credit for. Tino Livramento, he's been a real revelation, and he's probably the top enabler at the moment for 4.2 in the whole of FPL. He's absolutely nailed on that centre side. He does have an attacking threat as well. He could easily have scored against Wolves at the weekend. Tough game coming against Chelsea at the weekend. He's the sort of player that you bring into your wildcard. You probably bench this weekend. He's a good man to have on the bench. Southampton have a turn of fixtures coming up as well, so they potentially can offer some clean sheets. Certainly they're stronger than they have been in the past. Only conceded 1 goal in the last 3, and that includes games against West Ham. Don't think anyone else has managed to keep a clean sheet or keep them out. And Manchester City as well, going to the Etihad and getting a clean sheet there. So Livramento outperforming his expected points return, has an attacking potential. There's always the rumour about him playing in right midfield for Southampton, pushing him further up the park. That doesn't seem to be the case, and hasn't really talked any more about it. And that was more to sort of cater for Kelvin Walker-Peters coming in. But at the moment, Livramento 4.2, cheapest player we can got that's absolutely nailed in their side. Looking in midfield then, there's some really nice options. I think Rafinha's, he's in my side, absolutely set and forget. Scored in the last 2, absolutely brilliant player for Leeds, absolutely nailed in that side. Great fixtures, attacking team. I don't need to say much more about him. His XG is pretty good there, 0.45. Goal involvement's 3 already, and he scores a lot. Kovacic is another really interesting one. Gone up in value recently. Did a video on him not so long ago, just about the fact that the amount of minutes he's getting in that Chelsea midfield. The fact that Kante's now gone self-isolating, I believe, with the COVID, he just reinforces Kovacic's position in that side. His goal involvement 0.34, much higher than it has been in previous years. He is getting involved. At 5.2, I think, just as a way into that Chelsea side with the fixtures, you know, that's really appealing. Only problem with Kovacic is he does take up a striker, not a striker, rather, it just takes up a midfield slot for Chelsea. So if you want to double up and then maybe have Lukaku, like I'm thinking, then maybe it's hard to get Kovacic in. But for 5.2, he looks really good value. We know about Sarr, 6.3 million. His goal involvement's really good, 4 so far this season. His expected goal involvement, 0.48 a game. So he's probably just about overperforming. Haven't seen him on penalties yet. We think he's on penalties. But it's really explosive, can get good goal returns, always a threat, nailed on, looks good to me. 5.7 Gallagher, he's a player that I'm absolutely interested in. His goal involvement really strong. He's at the hub and the central part of everything that Palace do. And again, he looks really popular. Such a confident player. He passes the eye test really easy. 5.7. I just think he looks like an absolute must-have. especially when you've got the likes of Salah in that midfield. If you're trying to fit other players in around him, Son obviously still scoring as well at the moment. I think Gallagher offers great value. Up front, Adam Armstrong, only 1 goal involvement. He's been a little bit unlucky with some of them. He has scored in the opening day. He did get the penalty to win with Wolverhampton at Newcastle. He's got some good fixtures. At 6 million, he's cheap, nailed on striker. He's been unlucky in terms of, he's had chances, hasn't perhaps put them away, but you feel with the fixtures coming up for Southampton, yes, he could get some involvement. There is a question mark over Southampton generally. You feel still haven't won, drawn 4 the first 6, been perhaps unlucky in some of those games, and they're just not scoring enough goals. So for me, I'm not entirely convinced, but for 6 million, just it's such a good enabler. For someone who's playing to maybe sit on the bench for 6 million, I wouldn't mind so much. He's a possibility. So Maximum, what a great player he is. 0.59. Again, it's the team he's playing for that worries me a little bit. How creative and how good going forward are they? But he can do it on his own, as we saw against Leeds the other day. 6.8. His goal involvement is so high considering Newcastle and their struggles so far this season. 0.59 is really good expected GI. Probably the pick of the bunch, I think, Tony, he looks the real deal. He's gone down in value. A lot of people shed him after blanking in the first couple of games, but he's come back, obviously, with the Wolves game, the Liverpool fixture. He looks really good. He looks the real thing. He's on penalties well. He absolutely nailed on starter. Brentford's games do start to get a bit easier after the next couple, but they can show that they can certainly play at this level, and his goal involvement 0.78 just looks really good. So I think even Tony looks a really good option as an enabler. Okay, guys, if you like this sort of video, please subscribe. Give the video a like. Just remember, this isn't a side that we're suggesting you put together as a wildcard, but here are a lot of players that you can use as enablers to get hold of some of those premium players. We can't all have the premium players. You've got to mix them up with some of these enablers that we've looked at today. In the meantime, guys, good luck. Hope to see you soon.